Doktor Burna kanalına hoş geldiniz arkadaşlar. Bugün Sherlock Holmes'un Suçlar ve Cezalar adlı 22. bölümüyle devam ediyoruz. En son Abby'nin çiftliğinde kalmıştık davanın. 3. kısmındaydık, yani yavaş yavaş şeye yaklaşıyorduk. Toby'yi getirdik. Ondan önce araştırma falan yaptık, işte şampanya izleri falan, oradaki fotoğraflar falan derken kuyunun içinden çatal şeyi bulduk. Çalınmış, oraya koyulmuş izler falan vurduk giden izler yerine. Ondan sonra ipuçları birleştirip denizciyi araştıracağız şimdi. İsterseniz bir başlayalım. Şimdi bunu gidip bunları sormamız lazımmış. Şimdi evet. Teresa mıydı? Neydi? Onu konuşalım. Gümüş eşyalarla ilgili ne söyleyebilirsiniz hanımefendi?
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Buldum, sadece bunlara diyoruz. Ha, bunlar asılları bunda konuşacağız. Yaşalarınız bulduk. Çok uzakta da değilmiş. Bu kadar.
Your ladyship.
Konuşacak mıyız bununla acaba?
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
Ne alakalı büyücülükte şimdi? Zeka bu.
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place. Or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve.
Yani çok az kaldı. Ben de o iş, sen rahat ol. Şimdi tekrar eve doğru bir yol alalım. Bakalım. Biz çıkarım birleştirebiliyor muyuz acaba? Başka ipucu var mıydı lan? Yok. ...1893... bu Rock Gilbert varışı, bir gemi geri döndü. Londra Rock Gilbert toplamında koordinat binasının James sokağındaki Londra hattı içerisinde dökme mal getiren bir gemidir. Ve 6 aylık Hindistan, Yeni Zelanda ve Avustralya seyahatinden sonra geri dönmüştür. Gemi Bayan Mary Ferris İngiltere'ye getirmiştir. Bayan Mary Ferris ailesinin mirasçısıdır ve Avustralya'da toprak ve kalay madenleri vardı. Söylenene göre bu genç ve güzel hanımefendi kentinde en zengin insanlardan olan Bay Eustace Breakstle nişanlanmıştır. Yani bu şey, o kadının eşi. Tamam.
The shipping company,
Şimdi
the Adelaide Southampton London line, and its address. Interesting.
yani
It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Uzman derken kim uzman ya? Aa, mektup. Yüksek sosyetede büyük skandal tanınmış ve alanında uzman ülkemizden gururu Sir Ben fıklı öyle bulundu. Cinayet Sandetli Roma banyolarında gerçekleşti. Arkeolog en son araştırmasını sürdüğü konum ama esas şok edici Sir Rönde'nin eski arkadaşı partneri olan Percival Blackbourne'un öldürmüş olması. Bu eli kanlı katile verilmesi mümkün olan tek ceza ölüm cezasıdır. İkinci mektup alalım. Sherlock, sevgili kardeşim, çok büyük bir hata yaptınız. İmparatorluğun uluslararası çatışmanın kenarında olduğu gerçek farkında mısınız? Sen bu inanılmaz derecede hassas davayı nasıl şu kuş beynini Scotland polislerine verirsin? Çok iyi. Evet, suçları yakaladılar ama katilleri okumuyorsun herhalde. Bu yüzden büyük kargaşa yaşandı. Bütün Meksikalıları genelleştiriyorlar. Bildiğiniz üzere imparatorluk çok çeşitli ve sadık Meksikalı yatırımcılara, anlaşmalara sahiptir. Bu konu hakkında düşünmelisiniz. Bizim abimiz. Öyle değil.
This is where I keep my post.
Tamam.
Watson, I need Wiggins. Is he anywhere nearby?
He's right across the street. You can give him a sign from the window.
Sallayalım be.
Break.
Wiggins'i niye arayayım ki? Wiggins şurada zaten. Ben açtım mı?
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893.
Aynen
and
öyle.
their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it home?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
Aynen öyle. Bak, 3 saat sonra geldi.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
I left it right on the table for you, sir.
Hangi masanın üzerinde lan? Burada mı? Ha, burada.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know
Şimdi
anyone in
liste
England.
karşılaştırması
This must
yapacağız.
mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor.
Aynen öyle.
And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th. I do not think that this sailor has.
Burayı Hairwell oldu.
I do not think that
Gordon
I do not
olabilir
think-
mi?
this officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago.
Ha.
He wasn't in London at the
Bay
time of the
William
crime.
Perdi Verden subayı. Bak bu var.
This officer was on a ship that sailed
Tamam.
half a month
Bunu
ago.
da işaret
He
edelim.
wasn't in London at the time of the crime. Mr. Jack
Şunu da
Crocker
Jack
was in
Brocker'ı da
London
işaretledik.
upon the date of the crime.
Olanları
He is
işaretliyoruz.
due to depart in 2 days.
Şimdi. Burada biri yok herhalde. Şu var, kıdemli vardiyalı, Bay Henry. Saat var, tam bunu işaretledik.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Woods nerede ya?
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and
Bak,
he is due to
Crocker'ı da
depart in
bulduk.
2 days. Mr. Jack.
Ne bulacağız burada ya?
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Evet, tamam. Bir dakika. Yine kim kaldı? Woods kaldı.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Tamam işte, bir kişi kalıyor da Crocker.
Captain Jack Crocker is
Bay Jack Crocker işte, bu kalıyor.
He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Tamam, olayı bulduk. Tamam.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Wiggins'le konuşalım.
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
Evet, geldi.
I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why. You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her, from when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How
Yani.
dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know.
Yani bunun ne açıklamasını yapacaksın?
What do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
Az kaldı, az. Net bakışlar, dürüst. Güçlü bir yapı. Galata mürekkebi. Temiz botlar. Denizci bıçağı. Onu bağladınız.
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You
Aynen
call
öyle.
that evidence?
Bu değil. Ah.
You call that evidence?
Gümüş eşya parçası. O da mı değil ya?
You call that evidence?
Gemi mürettebat değil mi? Allah Allah.
You call that evidence?
Gemici düğümü.
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
Gemici düğümü doğru.
It's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night.
Gece
It was
vakti.
an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No, there is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
Aynen öyle.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
İfadesiyle Kaptan Kirk'ün şeyi. Aynen bunu tutuklayalım abi. Ya çok şüpheci, kendine dürüst konuşuyormuş gibi konuşuyor ama Sherlock bunu yemez.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Zar zor bir saat geçti.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Aynen öyle.
I know
Nasıl zaman yapılır?
because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London, and because you love her.
Aynen
It's
öyle.
true.
It is time for you to tell
Doğruysa
us
niye
the
yalan
whole
söyledin
truth.
daha demin?
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage.
Ya dövdünden bu seni niye ilgilendiriyor? Evli bir kadın, evlenecek bir kadını.
I wanted only to see
Orası
her.
evli bir kadın. Ne seni ne ilgilendiriyor ki?
Turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
Ne yapacağız şimdi? Hı? Böyle söylüyorsun da. Ha? Silah bak, silah davrandı, görüyor musun? İşte böylesin sen, böyle bir
You should have let me
acizsin.
die. How can I live if Mary suffers?
I am sorry, Captain Crocker, but there has been quite enough death in this
Aynen
case.
öyle.
Inspector, I give you Sir Eustace's killer. He tried his best to perform his own justice.
Well, I'm not surprised. Yes, it was me. I confess.
Here is a piece of evidence that can be used in court.
Perfect. A case that went smoothly for once.
Aynen öyle. Evet, 16 ve yeşil. Kararı kabul ediyoruz ve bir sonraki davamıza geçiyoruz. %94'ü zaten aynı yollardan çözen. Evet, bir sonraki davamıza geçiyoruz.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the
Arılar
temperature
hakkında
of
öyle
the room
konuşma
so as to
şimdi.
prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They are domestic
Evde yapılacak
bees,
iş değil ki bunlar.
Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the
Evet,
Royal
bu
Botanic
bir dahaki
Gardens in
davamız
Kew.
botanik
I'm
bahçesi.
helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock... Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees.
Since when did I become...
Evet. Şimdi buradan devam edeceğiz arkadaşlar. Bu bölümde bu kadardı. Beğenmeyi, abone olmayı, paylaşmayı, yorum yapmayı lütfen unutmayalım. Görüşmek üzere. Bir sonraki bölümde bakalım neler olacak.